meeting to order. Ask for a motion to approve the minutes of the last meeting. Our meeting, motion by Dennis, second by Edna. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carried. So action agenda, amend contract to land planning on the festival space. Jeff?
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. This is an item that I mentioned last time we met as a pending item. The county advanced a fence bid. That fence is obviously installed now and complete. As part of that work, though, we had authorized, the PMEC had authorized Elon to do the bid package, which included a set of drawings and a bid spec, as well as do the construction support during the installation. And that work is all complete now. This is a follow-up to issue them the formal amendment to their existing contract. You'll see on page 2 is a breakdown of their contract amounts and some of the other additional work orders that were authorized as part of the work. So this is an amendment to their existing contract that we'll need a board resolution for.
Okay, so you have a motion to approve an amendment. Motion by Dennis, seconded by Bill. Any further discussion?
That's $80,495.
12,000, isn't it?
That's their total. That's their total under the contract. So the
$12,000
was related to the perimeter fence itself.
So that's what we're doing.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, any further discussion? If not, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carried. Okay, referral pending items, none. Park construction update.
I printed a bunch of photos, 17 color photos taken yesterday on a beautiful day, and they are on my printer upstairs in our office. So,
That's right.
if somebody wants to look at my phone after the meeting, we can.
Yeah.
That's what I took the photos on. But
Yeah, you want to talk about those? All right.
I don't have a phone. I didn't print any photos yesterday. I had to go to a meeting in Saratoga personally and do this. I have I didn't have time to make copies, just to pass around the design that the PMEC committee has been meeting on for the 2 signs. I also have a preliminary concept here of the stage, and also have a layout of the stage, which is next to the moved from where we've been using next to the road, so that it's more easily accessible for big vehicles coming in. The last thing I'm passing around was the location that we had talked about for the Route 9 sign, and it isn't going to work on that parcel. So I've talked to Jeff to see if we can't move it. There's a tremendous clutter of signs there on the corner. If we can't move it to the island at the end of Westbrook Road, it'll be a lot more visible there. It'll be set back enough so that people coming out won't obstruct their views. And if we more or less agree with the concept that we're looking at today, then Alon will proceed with some additional drawings, and they'll be ready to put the signage out to bid, they said, within about 45 days. The stage, what I'm hoping for, if the committee, like this front would be natural timbers, and it's a large stage. It's much larger than what we have presently in the village. But what I'd like to do is get some preliminary drawings that would allow me to go to various groups and see if we can't get someone to brand it. In other words, start trying to raise some money for people that might want to be interested in putting their name on the central stage. But I need something, obviously, to show them what they're buying. And first blush, it seemed like it was a little modern, but after looking at the various features of it, most of the promoters that have been using the area thought that this was terrific. They liked the layout, they liked the new location, which is closer to the road. You can see there's even a loading dock for the big trucks to back up and unload, which has been a huge problem for us so far.
Well, this is in the southeast corner? We had been talking about the southwest corner, I thought. But
This is in the southeast corner,
Yeah.
which faces Route 9. Yep.
No.
It's closest to it's closer to the restrooms,
Mhm,
which
Yeah.
they
right,
thought was
right.
important.
Yeah, the stage faces Route 9, but the back corner.
Right, the back of it is the
West
southeast
Brook,
corner,
pedestrian.
Right.
on Westbrook Road.
Correct.
It
And
wouldn't-
so that's still part of our property. It's outside the fence, but it's still part of the Festival Commons property, right? Did you see?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Where the stage is inside the fence line.
Right. The access to it is,
It was the preferred location by most of the promoters, and it was, for some extent, we need to put it as close as we can to the restrooms, because it isn't possible to put restrooms inside the stage. It'll end up saving us. Additionally, if it was on the other side, it would have been constructed over the retainage basin,
mhm.
which they estimate would add another $75,000 to $80,000 to the construction cost. This is not this is on a flat piece. Doesn't
Mhm.
affect the retention basin at all.
Mhm.
That's
Okay.
good.
Anyone have any comments about it? You know,
Go for it.
yeah.
So we just want permission to just continue to proceed ahead. The sign, actually, they'll be ready to draw specs to put it out to bid. And again, the signage is completely covered by an existing grant that we have.
Mhm.
I'll make that as a motion.
Okay, to approve these concepts for
Approve the concepts.
the signs and the stage location, okay. Okay, the second. Seconded by Bill. Any further discussion? Jeff, do you have any comments on it?
No, I just, asked the committee for some flexibility on the placement of the sign that's along Route 9. And we'll go out and mark it out and make sure that it meets highway standards, and we'll probably have to, depending on how close it is to the right of way, we'll just as a courtesy talk to DOT a little bit too.
Mhm.
The right-of-way is pretty large there.
Right. So I guess I'm not quite clear on the location of the sign on the west end of Westbrook Road. You're talking about the island?
I think we wanna look at
Down
those two
between the two
locations.
lanes. Yeah.
And then south of the island.
South of the island, okay.
On the south parcel,
Right.
which is be next to the Glens Falls National Park.
Right, okay,
That looked like it would be a better place.
yeah, okay. Okay, so any other discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Oh, wait a minute.
I just wanna, I know I've done this at the DPW committee, but the town has finished rough grading, filling, grubbing the, 50 approximately parking spaces along Westbrook.
Right,
We're done for the winter, we're done till next spring. We are working with the county, and they have a grant for the sidewalk. We're trying to get that all coordinated so that we
Mhm.
can, actually let it out for a contract because of its status as a grant that'll help tremendously.
mhm.
So, we're done. We'll pick it up next spring and, hopefully get it in by May 1st.
Good, okay, good. We can use 50 more spots, definitely.
Yeah. Well, I have to tell you, if you wanna look at my phone, I have pictures of 50 cars parked there all weekend.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
They moved right in as soon as we pulled out.
Yeah. Okay, so call the question, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, opposed, carried.
Sure.
Any other business for the committee? Jeff? No? Okay. Well, I guess I have one other question. They were working on the children's play area. Where does that stand?
They are, they have a lot of the hardscape in already,
Yeah.
and, those were some of the photos I took yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But,
It's really cool.
if you go down there, yeah, it's starting to take shape now with some of the, concrete tunnels that are covered with rock, and they brought in a lot of, natural tree work for kids to climb on. And as the mayor was saying regarding the stage, you know, there's also columns on some of those the children play area entrance that are natural wood tree trunks essentially. And so we might be able to incorporate that into this final stage design too, to make that all kind of blend in as well. The skate park has all of the vertical structures set, and really they're just they're ready for flat work to connect it all together. And I don't know if Dave, if you've had any conversation with them.
We thought 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, but now that the skateboard people are out of there, I think we're down to a hard 2 weeks. JJP will be moving in. From what we understand, they're going to start at the west end of the adventure area, work their way out, and then once they start sidewalks in around that, they'll probably have a second crew in on the flat work for the skateboard park, because that's an entirely different mix, entirely different finish, and it's also colored. So 2 to 3 weeks they should be there. And then the other feature that will be coming back in another month are the poles that you were mentioning. The top, I think it's 3 foot of it, will be a carved animal. There'll be I think it's an owl and a bear, I think is what was finally chosen. So there'll be one of each of those at each end of the park. There's 2 columns, a bear and an owl on the
Okay.
But that should be in and attached prior to snowfall.
Okay. So the goal is to have both the skateboard park and the adventure area completed
Oh, yeah.
before snow flies or before.
I think their actual contract only goes into late October, any month.
Okay.
The other update regarding the skate park, county attorney has the draft rules that the village provided. I've also reached out to my counterparts across the state to see if they have similar type parks, or their neighboring agencies or towns have any, to get their rules and anything they've done to post rules or to post you know, any proper signage there. And I spoke with the county attorney. He hasn't finalized his recommendations yet, but he's also engaged our insurance carrier to get input from them as well. So I think we're on track to have something back to committee next month, and I guess we know that once the flat work is done, there'll be kids over there probably using it, and so
we better have some rules.
They might be shoveling it off all winter long.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
I had one more thing, but I can't remember it now. Oh, on a related but unrelated topic, the county Westbrook parking lot bid came in, and the apparent, or the low bidder, and the award is going to Kubricki, which is great. They've done work for us in the past, and they have experience with porous asphalt. So that we anticipate proceeding quickly with construction on that parking lot. The majority of the work will be done prior to end of November. We should have the parking lot expanded and new porous asphalt down, and then some of the finishing work will occur in the spring. But we're on track now with that award being such a clean bid, and Kubricki is eager to get on site and get the work done.
Yeah, and they move fast from what I've seen in their projects.
And we've dealt with them in the past on the Beach Road project, so they're very familiar with our specs on the porous asphalt and my engineering team, and so we anticipate that proceeding quickly.
Okay, great. Okay, any other business for the committee? If not, motion to adjourn, made and seconded, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. So we're not gonna have a long delay before the next meeting?
We can